Yes, you heard that right. Ron Washington, manager of the Los Angeles Angels, just compared Aaron Judge to Michael Jackson. And he said, he's not perfect, but he's bad. You know, like Michael Jackson bad? He's bad. You just can't go mano a mano with him unless you necessarily have to. And honestly, opposing managers and pitchers agree with him. Today, we're diving into what Aaron Judge's rivals really say about him. From pitchers who've faced him to managers who've intentionally walked him in situations that nobody gets walked in, everyone has something to say about the 6'7", 282-pound monster at the plate. And what they're saying? It'll blow your mind. Pitchers, managers, Cy Young winners, Hall of Famers, they're all saying the same thing about Aaron Judge. This isn't just respect. This isn't just fear. This is something beyond that. This is teams completely changing their strategy, walking him with the bases empty, treating him like Barry Bonds in his prime. In 2025, Judge won his third AL MVP award. He's hitting over .330 with 50-plus home runs. Again, he's the AL home run king with 62 in a single season. He's one of only 4 players ever to have 4 seasons with 50-plus home runs. And opponents? They'd rather put him on base for free than let him swing. So buckle up, because we're about to hear exactly what the people who face Aaron Judge really think about him. Let's start with the obvious. Aaron Judge is 6 feet 7 inches tall and weighs 282 pounds. He's one of the largest players in MLB history, and that size, it fundamentally changes how pitchers have to approach him. Aaron Nola, Philadelphia Phillies ace, put it simply, you face hitters all around the league, but when you face Judge, it looks weird because he's bigger than everything around him. Robbie Ray, San Francisco Giants pitcher and former Cy Young winner, explained the zone problem. The zone kind of changes with him. The fastball up has to be on. A fastball up to a Cody Bellinger or a Paul Goldschmidt isn't as high as it is for an Aaron Judge. The fastball up has to be up, almost to eye level of somebody else. Translation? What's a ball for most hitters is right in Judge's hitting zone. And what should be high enough to get by most hitters, Judge can still crush it. Matt Strom, Phillies reliever, described what it's like standing on the mound. It's almost like he casts a shadow over your target. I don't want to say intimidating, but his presence is just known. He casts a shadow over the catcher's target. Think about that. The strike zone looks smaller because Judge is so massive. Before we get into the craziest part of this story, if you're loving these real quotes from Aaron Judge's rivals, hit that subscribe button right now. We're Foul Ball, and we bring you the inside stories that nobody else is telling. You don't want to miss what comes next? Subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's get back to what opponents really think. So what's it actually like to pitch to Aaron Judge? Let's hear from the pitchers who've done it. Tarik Skubal, Detroit Tigers ace and 2024 Cy Young winner. He's the game's best. That's the beautiful part about this game. You get to compete at the highest level and you tip your cap when they do things like that because that's special. You've got to be a special player to be able to do stuff like that, and he's one of those guys. That's from a Cy Young winner, calling Judge the game's best. Kyle Freeland, Colorado Rockies pitcher. Getting to face guys like Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman. Those big-name superstars in our game. Those are guys you want to be facing. You want to match up against those guys. You remember those. You remember when you punch their ticket, and you remember when they get a big hit off you for a home run. Notice what he said? You remember when Judge gets a hit off you, because it happens a lot. Charlie Morton, Detroit Tigers veteran. As an opposing player or opposing pitcher, it's like, man, here comes Aaron Judge. He's one of the best in the league. But I also just really appreciate what he's done for baseball. How he carries himself, how he goes about his business is great. Even rivals respect how Judge carries himself, because Judge has never been ejected from a game in his entire professional career. Not in the minors, not in the majors, never. Joe Ryan, Minnesota Twins pitcher, summed it up perfectly. He's the captain and everything. So here's the question every pitcher asks. How the hell do you get Aaron Judge out? Baseball America did a deep dive on this in 2025. They analyzed every pitch type thrown to Judge. And the conclusion? There's no good answer. Fastballs. Judge won't chase above the zone. If you throw it in the zone, he's crushing it way more often than he's missing it.
2. Drilled to left field. There it goes! See ya!
In 2025, he had 24 swings and misses on sinkers the entire season. compared to double-digit home runs. Baseball America's recommendation? My recommendation is to simply not throw Judge a sinker. He's not going to miss it, and he's more than capable of launching them in the air. If a pitcher has a choice between wasting a pitch or throwing Judge a sinker, I'd say just waste the pitch. I repeat, throwing Judge a sinker is a fool's errand. Off-speed. Pitches. Judge rarely chases, and if you miss your spot even slightly, home run. Sliders. Your only hope. Get it down and away, below the zone, and maybe he chases. Maybe. Here's what one anonymous National League pitcher admitted. You make good pitches and hope he gets himself out. He is very good. He'll hit good pitches. He'll also hammer mistakes. That's what really good hitters do, is they don't miss your mistakes, and they do damage with them. Translation? Even if you execute perfectly, Judge might still beat you. And then there's the intentional walk situation, which has gotten absolutely ridiculous. August 3rd, 2024. Yankee Stadium, Blue Jays versus Yankees. Bottom of the second inning. 2 outs. Nobody on base. Yankees leading 3-0. Aaron Judge steps to the plate. He just homered in the first inning, and the Blue Jays intentionally walked him. With the bases empty, with 2 outs, in the second inning. That hadn't happened in over 50 years. Nobody intentionally walks a player in that situation, unless that player is Aaron Judge. Yankees manager Aaron Boone joked after the game, "Oh, so that's beyond the Bonds treatment. Now we'll call it the Judge treatment." But it wasn't just the Blue Jays. In August 2024, Judge was intentionally walked 6 times in an 8-game span. Only 2 other Yankees in history have been intentionally walked 6 times in 8 games. Mickey Mantle in 1956 and Robinson Cano in 2011. 5 entire MLB teams received 6 or fewer intentional walks that entire season. Judge got 6 in 8 days. Warren Schaefer, Rockies manager, explained his thought process in 2025. If he hits a solo shot like the last 2 games, then so be it. I'm not going to rule anything out, but he's one of the best hitters in the game. It's respect for him, respect for the game, and respect for the fans to let him hit. But then, Schaefer still intentionally walked Judge later in that same game. Because as Ron Washington put it, you just can't go mano a mano with him unless you necessarily have to. If you gotta go mano a mano, you go mano a mano. But if you don't have to, I'm sorry. You gotta take the bat out of his hand, and somebody else got to beat us. If you're amazed by how opposing teams are treating Aaron Judge, make sure you're subscribed to Foul Ball. We break down the real stories with the real quotes that make baseball incredible. Hit that like button, drop a comment. Have you ever seen a hitter get intentionally walked with the bases empty? We want to hear from you. Now let's talk about what happened when someone decided not to walk Judge. June 8th, 2025. Yankee Stadium, Red Sox at Yankees. A 25-year-old Red Sox rookie pitcher named Hunter Dobbins was scheduled to make his first start at Yankee Stadium. And in a pre-game interview with the Boston Herald, Dobbins said something bold. "If the Yankees were the last team to give me a contract, I'd retire." He said he'd rather retire than wear pinstripes. Judge heard about it. Of course he did. Nothing happens at Yankee Stadium without Judge knowing. After the game, Judge told reporters, "I've only heard Ken Griffey Jr. say that, so I was a little surprised." But before he said that, before the post-game interview, Judge made a statement on the field. First at-bat against Dobbins. 6th pitch of the at-bat. 97 miles per hour fastball. Judge crushed it 436 feet to right center field. 2-run homer. Exit velocity, 108.6 miles per hour. Message sent. And Red Sox first baseman Paul Goldschmidt, watching from the other dugout, could only say, "He's probably the best hitter on the planet right now, and he's been doing it for multiple years too." It's not a one-night thing. Judge hit another home run in the 9th inning that same game. 2 homers off the rookie who said he'd never wear pinstripes. The Red Sox won the game 11-7, but everyone remembered Judge's response. May 13th, 2023. Tampa Bay at New York, 9th inning, 2 outs. Yankees trailing. Aaron Judge steps up. Jason Adam, Rays closer, is on the mound. Judge makes contact. The ball soars toward center field. Jose Siri, the Rays center fielder, goes back, and back, and back. Adam watches from the mound. His hands go to his chest. His face shows pure terror. Adam later admitted, "I thought it was 30 rows deep, but thankfully, Judge missed it more than I thought." Siri made the catch at the warning track. Game over. Rays win. But watch Adam's reaction again. That's the face of a man who thought his season was over. That's the face every pitcher makes when Judge makes contact. Zach Eflin, Rays starter that night. You never know with Siri out there. He is always deking everybody, I feel like. He deked us more than any other team. It was awesome seeing him catch that ball. It was a great win for us. Translation? We got lucky. Let's talk numbers, because the numbers are absurd. Since Aaron Judge entered MLB in 2016, he has hit more home runs than any other player. 368 career home runs and counting. He's one of only 8 players in MLB history to record an OPS plus above 200 in 3 separate seasons. He's one of only 14 players to slug above .700 in a season with a minimum of 550 plate appearances. He's the 4th player ever to produce 4 seasons with 50 or more home runs. The others? Babe Ruth, Sammy Sosa, and Mark McGwire. His career OPS is 1.022. That's the highest among all active players. In 2022, he hit 62 home runs, breaking Roger Maris's American League record that stood for 61 years. In 2025, at age 33, he hit .331 with 53 home runs, won his 3rd MVP award, and opponents are still terrified to pitch to him. So, where does Aaron Judge rank among the all-time greats? Barry Bonds holds the single-season record with 120 intentional walks in 2004. Judge is on pace to challenge that. In 2024, Juan Soto, Judge's teammate and friend, watched teams intentionally walk Judge with the bases empty and said, "It sucks. You want him at the plate. I'm doing my best to put him up, and you see them pass him over. It just really makes me mad. I don't like that. I want them to challenge him and see what he can really do. It is what it is. It's part of the game. They're trying to win too, so you respect that. Think about that." Juan Soto, one of the best hitters in baseball, wants to see pitchers challenge Judge because he knows how good Judge is. Judge's hitting coach Dylan Lawson told him during the 2022 season, "A lot of these legends have passed on, and these are their records you are breaking. We talk about them all the time, and you know what? I'll be gone, my kids will be gone, and people are still going to be talking about you. That is amazing, incredible." Here's what separates Aaron Judge from everyone else. It's not just the power. It's not just the size. It's not just the production. It's how he carries himself. Charlie Morton said it. How he carries himself. How he goes about his business is great. Judge has never been ejected from a game. Not once. In his entire professional career. When asked about it, Judge explained, "I feel like it's selfish sometimes if you strike out or make an out and start slamming stuff. Or if I strike out and I'm yelling at the umpire. To me, that's taking away from the team, from my teammate who is about to hit. Hey, I struck out? That's over with. Ain't nothing I can do to change it. The umpire's not gonna say, 'You know what? I was wrong. Aaron made a good point. Do-over.' That's not gonna happen. If I'm in here slamming my stuff, I never want to take away from the game or take away from my teammates. No single person is bigger than the game. That's why rivals respect him. That's why opponents fear him. That's why managers walk him with the bases empty. Because Aaron Judge isn't just dominant. He's dominant with class. So, what's the secret? What do all these rivals know about Aaron Judge? It's simple, and it's terrifying. You can't pitch to him. Because if you throw it in the zone, he'll hit it 450 feet. And if you throw it out of the zone, he won't chase. You can't outthink him. He's too smart, too patient, too disciplined. You can't intimidate him. He's never been ejected. He never loses his cool. Tarik Skubal. He's the game's best. Paul Goldschmidt. The best hitter on the planet right now. Ron Washington. He's bad. You just can't go mano a mano with him. Warren Schaefer. One of the best hitters in the game. Jason Adam. I thought it was 30 rows deep. Baseball America. There isn't really a good way to throw Judge a fastball. Aaron Judge is 33 years old, 3-time MVP, AL Home Run King, 4th player ever with 450 homer seasons. And he's still getting better. Every year, Aaron Judge proves he's the most feared hitter in baseball. Every year, opponents come up with new strategies to avoid him. Every year, he finds a way to beat them anyway. That's not just great hitting. That's legendary. If Aaron Judge's dominance just blew your mind, you need to subscribe to Foul Ball right now. We bring you the real stories, the real quotes, and the real analysis that makes baseball unforgettable. Hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you think Aaron Judge is the most dominant hitter of this generation. And drop a comment. What's the craziest Aaron Judge moment you've ever seen? The 60-second home run? An intentional walk with bases empty? Let us know. Make sure notifications are on so you never miss our next video. This is Foul Ball, where we don't just talk stats, we talk about the legends who make them. We'll see you in the next one, because as long as Aaron Judge is stepping into the batter's box, we're witnessing greatness every single swing.